Let's continue the breakdown of the one-shot Trapped in the Village of Mare Lake. Hey guys, welcome back to Syndicate's Ethereum. My name is Dylan, your guide here to the Ethereum. If this is your first adventure here, and you want to follow Syndicate and I on our journey as we provide you with better Dungeon Master tips or player tips, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and also hit the bell icon so that you can stay up to date with both of us. So in this video, we're going to break down the second encounter and sort of lead up to the third encounter for the one shot that I made, Trapped in the Village of Mare Lake. If you guys haven't seen the previous encounter breakdown or the premise of this one shot, here's a card up here, it'll take you to those videos. Okay guys, so a quick recap. The party has fled the village with the unconscious knight. They travel to the outpost that's on the other side of the Mare Lake, and that's where we're going to get started. So when they get there, they're going to be welcomed in with open arms. They'll be provided with food, rest. If you, as a dungeon master, want to give your players the opportunity to take a rest to either heal or regain some of their spells and whatnot, this is the perfect opportunity to do that. Or if you want to increase the tension, keep the tension high and the difficulty high, just don't give them the opportunity to rest. Whenever they get there, there's going to be a noble, and this can be a king, ambassador, whatever you want, some sort of high-ranking official here in the outpost. He's going to take interest in the fact that the heroes were able to save the knight. So the knight has been studying the undead and trying to figure out where they're coming from, who's bringing them back from the dead, and that sort of thing. The noble is going to want to know what the knight knows. But being that the knight is cursed and unconscious, he's unable to get that information from him, and that's when he's going to come up with a plan. He's going to try to hire the PCs to travel to this nearby tomb of an alchemist that's responsible for creating potions, much of which the potions that the people of this area still use to this day. Supposedly, this tomb houses a mystical elixir, some sort of decoction that this alchemist created that is rumored to be able to cure any curse or any ailment. However, this elixir has never been found, and those that have attempted to find it have never returned. Depending on your adventuring party, they may or may not be interested in just doing this for the benefit of this nobleman getting information from this unconscious knight. So of course the nobleman will offer magic items, money, perhaps political power, whatever you think would entice your players to take on the quest. If this is their first time playing, they may just be interested in the game and may just go gung-ho and want to run off to the tomb. They may not. So you can kind of sweeten the deal, again, with money, magic items, political power, political favor, whatever you think would be interesting to your party. This second encounter, at least the first part of it, is relatively short. It's mostly just a social encounter. You can kind of pick and choose what you want to happen here. If you want to just break it down and say what happens, just kind of shoot bullet points off explaining what happens here, you can do that. Or if you want your characters to be more involved, have them roleplay with one another, roleplay with some of the guardsmen here, and that sort of thing, you can do that too. This first encounter may have taken quite a few hours, so if you want to shorten this second encounter down and get on with the adventure, go ahead and do that. Don't feel bad about that at all. You want to keep things moving, especially if this is a one shot and you don't intend on it being a 3-shot or a 2-shot. Definitely cut down on this area and just kind of push them to the next area. Okay, so next we're going to go up to my computer where I have the dungeon all mapped out, and I'll go through each room and kind of explain what's going on. It's a very small tomb, maybe 4 to 5 rooms, and there are some areas you can kind of pick and choose if you want to have this there or not. You can easily just add or remove whatever it is you like. Okay, let's jump over to the computer. Alright you guys, so we're going to start talking about the dungeon now. Real quick, I'll put up a quick picture of it drawn out in its entirety, just so in case you need it, you can pause the video here and then you can just kind of copy down what you see. But I'm going to swap over to my computer screen here and I'm going to go over the dungeon. So this area is the first area, the entrance to the dungeon here. You have these 2 doors that the party is going to come through, and the first thing that they're going to see is this large chamber. They have sarcophagi kind of going along the room here, and there are some stairs that descend deeper into the tomb. If you want, you can have a few items for the party to find in the sarcophagi, perhaps healing potions, gold, jewels, that sort of thing. If none of your party have access to an herbalism kit, I will put one in one of these sarcophagi for reasons that we'll explain later on in the video. So there aren't any monsters or anything to fight here. Whenever they do descend the stairs, when these so-called heroes descend the stairs, that is where I will meet them. Tell them to bring the elixir to me. Do not give it to the noble, the knight. Let the knight succumb to his fate. I have plans for the elixir that does not concern you, nor does concern your heroes. All you need to know is that the elixir shall be mine, and their lives will be theirs. Of course, should any of them wish to take a crystal from my chalice, be sure to tell them, lest I come after you. After all, you saw what I did to the guide, did you not? He's under my control now. It's only a matter of time before you are under my control as well. You'll be a thrall in my army. I look forward to this moment. If you want to use Syndicate, you're more than welcome to. If you want to use one of your own bad guys of your own creations, feel free to do so. Or don't do it at all. It's up to you. Go ahead and descend the stairs and we'll move on to the next area. Alright, so this first area here, this is where the stairs descend to. You can see that there's 4 pillars. There's a statue of the alchemist. I named him Koskal. You can name him whatever you want. In the front of the statue, you can see that there's an offering bowl where his followers would give him offerings as a means to kind of make peace and sort of pray to this alchemist. In this statue, when they look at it, have them roll perception checks or just tell them outright. It looks like the statue would be holding something, but it's just an empty hand and nothing's there. Yeah, as you can see, there are 3 possible points of entry here, one to the west, one to the south, and one to the east. I'll go over the east first as it's sort of a self-contained area here. So to the east, there's a simple hallway door, a stone door there. Simple hallway with a pitfall trap, just to kind of deter any pesky adventurers from traveling down this hall. And at the end of this hall here is a wardrobe where there are some simple robes that the party could take and wear. Any druid wearing these robes perhaps will get 1 extra cantrip that they can cast, or they could heal for maybe 1d4 extra hit points whenever they cast Cure Wounds. Just come up with some sort of simple little magic item, or just put some simple magic item in there, just to kind of intrigue the player. Okay, so going to the west door here, there's a hallway with an intersection where they can either go up or down. I'll explain this room first at the bottom. First thing that they're going to notice when they get to this little T here is that there's some rubble on the floor, and there's actually like a hole in the wall, like something dug in or dug out of here. That should start sending some red flags off to the players that something is lurking around in this dungeon. So traveling down to the southern hallway, going through this door, the first person to open this door is going to be hit with this really poisonous smell, as this room holds all of the alchemical ingredients that these alchemists would use, and this tomb has been untouched for so long that all of these ingredients have gone rotten, and it's just really toxic. So any heroes that enter into this room are going to have to roll some constitution saves, or they're going to take like a little bit of poison damage. There is a chest in here, and there's also this book on the table. Be sure to describe that whenever you're telling the players what's going on. Otherwise, if they don't see anything of importance in here, they're probably just going to leave. The book is going to have a recipe on how to create a healing potion. Remember, I told you that herbalism kit was going to come in handy sooner or later. This, along with the herbalism kit, will allow your party to make some healing potions. So in the corner of this room, you can see this place has been ransacked. There's a hole that goes deep into the ground. So what this is a carrion crawler has made its lair here. It picked up on the scent of all the rotten ingredients, and it's kind of made this place its home. So when the party starts digging around in here and making noise, it's going to attract the carrion crawler, have him come out through this hole and sort of attack some of the party members. Whenever they start to do damage to it, though, it's going to escape. Just have it go into the hole. And that's what this hole in the wall in the hallway is for. The crawler is going to kind of retreat in this room, seeing that it's at a disadvantage, and it's going to wait for them to come out here and attack them again. So after they take some poison damage, they cleared out the room. Hopefully they remember to close the door, otherwise this poison is going to start leaking into other areas of the room if they take too long exploring this dungeon. On the northern hall here, behind this door, is an alchemical table. This is where they can craft the healing potions that I was talking about earlier. If they find this book and an herbalism kit, they'll have everything that they need in this room to craft a healing potion. Make them roll like a nature check or arcana check to actually craft the potion, and depending on how well they roll, they may be able to make more than one. However, if they roll low enough, of course it's going to fail and it's not going to work. This treasure chest in this room holds a bow staff, like a bow staff that would be used on like a violin or a cello, and it's made out of stone, which may or may not shoot some red flags to them, like, oh hey, maybe this needs to be put on the statue that was in the main room. So if they take the bow staff and put it on the statue, the arm is going to kind of fall with the weight of the bow staff, and this blue smoke is going to start to emit out of the statue. And this blue smoke is actually a friendly creature towards the party. He'll introduce his name as Solvent. I kind of think of him as the genie from Aladdin, if you've seen the Aladdin movie. Like a very friendly, not obnoxious, but just kind of a friendly, funny kind of character. It should break the ice and have your players kind of laughing and having a good time. So the last area here is the room with this potion. In front of the potion, there is an old scroll that will have a riddle that kind of gives them an idea of what's coming next. These are just symbolizing that this room is full of bones and skeletons and corpses and that sort of thing. People who fail to get the mystical elixir. So whenever they take a look at the scroll and start to read the riddle, this is what the riddle says. To the greatest of warriors, my mystical elixir everyone wants their hand on, but all are too eager, find no ground to stand on. You have what it takes, ready to put everything at stake? Take a sip, I beg thee, for if you think the master is away and it's time to play, you are highly mistaken, for the beast lies ahead. Are you hoping to plunder? Then good luck, you fool, as the beast always hungers. Swallow whole the contents of the vial, bring up your arms. Tame the beast, that's the only way in. Only one way to find out who's strong enough to win. And should you fail, yes, that would be a disaster, as there will be your bones that lie here, both now and thereafter. One of the PCs are going to have to drink this vial that's sitting in the middle of this pedestal above the scroll. And once they do, that's going to bring us into the third encounter, and that is going to bring this video to a... Oh god, what was that? Is that blood? Until next time, guys, I'll see you in the Ethereum. Take care. Peace. Until we meet again, Dungeon Master, I look forward to it.